So the incidents, there are various incidents that has occurred over 2 decades. And if you look into it, most of the fire that has taken place either due to fault electrical system, or maybe can the non-handling of the small fires in the kitchen area, or maybe in any of the neglected spaces in the building, or some of these uh, uh, the fire incidents are due to the electrical short circuits inside the building. The what significantly what we have to make out here is, you can see the B column which I have highlighted here. With the change in number of floors in that building, the next column, if you see there, the fire duration, the amount of duration the fire is going to take up, it is exponentially increases. That means whenever number of floors increases in a building, the duration of fire increases greater than 4 hours. Underline this 4 hours. I'll come back to this 4 hours in my last slide. Okay. So this 4 hours is, whatever we consider is the greatest fire. Most of the accidental fire that has taken place in India after 2010, it is about greater than 10 hours, somewhere between 5 to 10 hours. That means the potential of fire, accidental fire, is constantly going to increase. The increase in number of floors. And thanks to the materials that we are considering for the construction, and most of the buildings that has undergone this fire has either maintained its integrity throughout its fire, or has succumbed with a severe damage, but not causing the greatest damages to the building to occur. One of the building that I will show you that has recently occurred in Kamala Mills fire in Mumbai, maybe about 12 to 13 floor building it is, high rise building. And I hope you can all see this video. And the fire which was started in about 4th or 3rd floor, it has spread to the 10th floor. And this is not inside the building. This is outside the building. But this has created a damage inside the building. That means fire has the potential to spread. One inside the building, one it is even going to take out the height of the same building, and within inside the areas that we should not forget that this fire is of great power. And coming to some of the abroad cases, there are more cases available in abroad. It is not because more fire is going to occur in abroad, but there are more details available in the websites that we can able to learn from these accidents. And I have highlighted only one part of this, that Broadgate Phase 8 fire, in this similar to that previous table. Why this Broadgate Phase 8 fire I have highlighted? This is not the building which is occupied by the people or maybe any of the occupancy. This was taken up in an under construction building. And in an under construction building, you can say there will not be any combustible material. There will not be chance of fire that can take up. But if you look into the fire duration there, it has taken up about 5 hours of time in burning. And that building has significantly incurred the partial damage. I'll show you that. This is that Broadgate Phase 8 fire. And the left one, figure 2, which I have highlighted, it is the building which was previous to the fire which was occurred. And you can see some of the extinguishing measures that are taken up to control the fire to coming out. And the third image, you can see the smaller one, where the combustible materials that have gutted in the fire, these are nothing but our interiors. The materials that we are choosing for interiors, okay, that has to be carefully selected. Even under construction condition, there is the chance for this fire to take up. Okay, now this I don't have to give any introduction We know this massacre that has occurred in 9/11, the WTC, the 9/11 attack, WTC. So why I have taken this, even though it is not an fire that took place inside the building because of any fault, this is the arson attack that was from the humans that have created terrorist attack. We know this. The two towers succumbed on that day. Uh, but what we need to see here, can you see the second image, what I have put up here? The blast which has occurred
Yes,
here,
sir.
blast which has occurred inside, and all the falling firebrands, we call that as firebrands, and these firebrands falling all around this WTC1 and WTC2. On that day, we remember that the two buildings have got fire and got to this fire. No, actually five buildings. I'll show it to you. So on that day, this WTC1, WTC2 was collapsed due to fire. But WTC5, WTC6, 7, these three buildings collapsed only due to the falling debris. That means the firebrands which fell from the WTC1, WTC2 fell on this surrounding building. And that firebrands took about 10 hours of time to completely occupy that building, and that building collapsed surrounding to it. That means any any scenario that we cannot able to imagine that can cause this fire. It could be any type of occupancy, it could be the under construction building, or it could be your neighboring building. We have to pray each and every day. My professor used to say, whenever I sleep, I make sure I pray my building should be safe, my neighbor's building should be safe, because it is uncontrollable event. If it happens, it will be definitely severe scenarios are going to unravel. Okay, so under these circumstances, what we may have to see here, you can see the 12th scenario which I have here, the Marina Pinnacle, the 2025, just about 3 to 6 months ago, which has occurred in Dubai. Even though the number of floors that is there in this Marina Pinnacle in Dubai, it is about 67, and fire location occurred in 20 plus floors. Okay, zero death has occurred, zero death, and 1,000 plus evacuated. This is something which we have to see. Out of all these scenarios, whatever may be the number of floors, whatever may be the type of occupancy, or any type of material that we are going to store at the underline, we have to safeguard the life inside the building. We have to provide enough elements to exit, or maybe the space to egress, okay, to the occupants to go out under these accidental scenarios. So when we come out of this slide, we have three learnings. Fire can take place in any building. Fire can take up any size. It can take up even the height of the building, length of the building. And whenever it takes place, you should think that the size of the fire will be such that it will not stop. If it is not stopped, it will take up several hours to come to decay. And whenever we have more number of stories in the building, the amount of burning that is going to happen, it will be greater than 5 hours. Okay, with all this past learning, I will take you to the next slide.